Welcome, loyal viewers, to the Whiskey Bible Golf Tournament, where Luke and Frank are preparing to open their Ryder Cup Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. A nice clean slide out of the box from Luke. As he sets the packaging aside, nicely done. Oh, he has to tackle the plastic. This can be trouble for him sometimes. And yes, a nice clean tear as he discards the trash. Nicely done. And the cork pop? Oh, brilliantly done. Let's see what this whiskey has to offer.
Very special bottle, and a very special thanks to the friends who pointed me in the direction of this so I was able to score this bottle. I feel like we are very lucky to have this for you guys today, and I am looking very much forward to it.
Yeah, we got a special bourbon for the Ryder Cup, finished in European oak barrels with some fancy toast profile they use for wines over there. Throwing in some whiskey, seeing what happens. Pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the regular, and for the matter of fact, I actually got the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, so it might be fun to compare the two, you know. So we are going to compare those two tonight, but this is new American white oak barrels toasted, and then this is the European barrels, which you said is what, from Lazio wines? Am I saying that right? I'm not French, stay in school. So it should be interesting to see what different kinds of wood can influence, how they can influence the bourbon that we know and love. So, very excited to get into it. It comes in this glorious box. Look at this. I mean, it's just a beautiful Heaven Hill blue, which I love. It's like that royal blue, you know?
Yeah, they went all out on the box.
So, here's the question that is going to pop into my head throughout this. First off, let's just set him there. MSRP on this is $50. We can find this at $50 in PA. MSRP on this is $100. $99 to be exact.
Yeah.
So is it worth double the MSRP? I guess because it's a limited edition finish, but hopefully it's good. You know, if it tastes like doo-doo, then it's not worth it, but we'll find out.
Right? Was there logic to it, or are they just throwing something in a barrel and calling it fancy and doubling the price?
Yeah, that's going to be the real question. I haven't seen really any reviews on this out there yet, so we're going into this totally blind. We have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. So
yeah, we'll see.
So the Elijah Craig Ryder's Cup comes in a very nice bottle. I mean, it's basically your Elijah Craig bottle, but if you look at the cork, I don't know if you can see it, it's got beautiful gold encryptions on there. Very nice. So anyway, we could talk about the bottle all day. It doesn't matter how pretty the bottle is. It matters what's in the bottle.
Yeah. To me, even the even the all the labels and decorations on it look a little shinier, a little more bold than the regular toasted barrel.
Yes. Sorry, I was focused on pouring that and I didn't want to pour myself too little. Should we pour ourselves some toasted barrel alongside with it? Or do you want to do that later?
Yeah, we can do that now.
Let's do that now. Let's get it in the glass, that way they can both breathe a little bit. Regular Elijah Craig toasted. This is new American white oak. There you go. There's a lot of whiskey being poured. A lot of whiskey. A lot of fun. We'll just, you know what this bottle looks like. We'll just set him off to the side. Don't forget what's what.
They are very similar. I feel that the Ryder's Cup is like slightly sweeter.
Yes.
The regular toasted, funnily enough, it has a bit more oak and like a spice to
baking
it.
spice in it. This one I get more of a fruit note. The Ryder's Cup I get more fruit.
Which is weird because I do think it's finished, but I don't think it's finished in a used barrel.
No.
I think they aged it in oak barrels and then finished it in a European oak barrel that hadn't had any wine in it.
So, yeah, I get more fruit notes on the Ryder's Cup. I almost forgot what it was. Sweeter, a little bit of limestone in there. I get a little tad bit of limestone.
You get like peachy.
Peachy. Little mint.
Yeah,
Little
I just
mint.
got that.
I love that when that happens. I love being the first person to say it. Yeah, so minty, fruity, eucalyptusy, if you will, sweet. Not much oak. I get way more oak on this one. I get like a dry oak, almost like a peanut smell from this one.
Yeah, it's like a sawdust.
Sawdust, that's a good word for it. Well, I'm ready to taste this Ryder's Cup. I've had this bottle unopened for 24 hours. It's been killing me not to open it, so I am very impatient when it comes to opening limited bottles of whiskey. Cheers. Some of the first people to try this whiskey right here.
Yeah.
That, from just tasting that, is totally different than regular Elijah Craig Toasted.
Yeah.
Really nice finish, too. The finish is lingering. This is 94 proof, just like the regular Toasted. There's some oak in there. I'm getting some dry Swedish oak, but a lot of, like, berries, a lot of fruit. Very, very fruit forward this one is for me.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, we'll confirm in a second. I feel like normally the Elijah Craig Toasted lives up to that toasted name. This isn't what you would expect for a toasted whiskey.
It's not super charry or smoky.
Yeah, it doesn't have all that smoke is the main thing for me. Like, there are wood notes there. And like a dry oak.
The finish is long. The finish is really long. I still have the finish in my mouth. This is the first sip of the night for both of us, I believe,
Yeah.
so pulling notes is going to be a little difficult. I'll have to go in for a second one. I always find that toasting a barrel brings out more vanilla for me. More vanilla and caramel. I got some vanilla in this, but it was just so fruit forward to me. In a good way. Like not like a super sweet fruit or an artificial fruit, like a nice rich fruit. I'll have to go in for a second sip. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go in for a second sip now.
Okay.
Second sip now, and then what I think we should do is try the regular
That
toast.
was a pitiful clink.
Sorry, give me a minute. My
No,
fingers
it's
are
not
so
a problem.
fat. There you go. That was good. It would have been great if the glasses broke. No offense to you. We
We're
would have
waiting for it.
Yep.
Should put a sign up.
Yes. Oh, yes. That time I got the caramel and vanilla. That time I got like a strawberry-coated caramel candy. That was good. I like that sip. And the finish is just so much longer than the regular toasted.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that yet, though, because we haven't had the regular toasted. But, well, we have, but just not in this video. Finish is longer, and there's more, I would say, complex notes being pulled out of it. I can find more in that than I would the regular American toasted.
Yeah, I mean, just so many fruits.
Delicious. If you like a long finish, like, it's unbelievable how long this finish is. For a 94 proof, like, it's still lingering in my mouth. And I'm a big fan of finished bourbons, because to me the finish is the most important part, because that's what pulls you into the next sip. Once the finish goes away, it's like chasing a high. You want to get back there and get that taste back in your mouth.
Yeah, for me, it hits with really sweet, like, cream, white chocolate, caramel, and then it gets into all these delicious fruits. Just like, it's like a whole little layout of some nice cut up fruits on a nice little wooden board.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that like charcuterie or something?
Charcuterie. Stay in
have
school, absolutely. I can't even spell my name.
That's either
half the
fruits or
time, Joe.
cheeses,
Fruits
and I
or
don't know which
cheeses.
one.
Charcuterie. I would think it's like shark.
I don't think
Charcuterie.
it's shark. Yeah, really cute sharks.
Yes. So the regular toasted now. Let's see how this compares. Cheers. Yeah, just plain oak vanilla I get from this. I don't really get any other notes.
Got like a cupcake.
Cupcake, like a vanilla cupcake or a chocolate cupcake.
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Yeah. It is. It amazes me how just two different types of wood And they're even the same kind of tree, I think. American oak and European oak. Right? This is the same kind of tree. I don't know. But it's just amazing how different they are. Like this, I got your quintessential vanilla caramel toasted oak, delicious, warming bourbon, compared to this one where I get a lot more fruits.
Yeah, I mean the regular toasted, classic toasted bourbon.
It's great.
All your nice flavors from Elijah Craig. Pretty much, maybe not perfect, but pretty close to it, right? Like there's nothing to complain about. It's a nice whiskey. This Ryder Cup, it could just be that it's different, but it's also got so many more notes.
Yeah, it really pulls in a lot more flavor profiles that I enjoy. It's not just your straight bourbon caramel vanilla. It's like I'm getting fruits, I'm getting mints, I'm getting herbs. I get a lot more from that.
Yeah, when you start getting those florals and fruits and spices, that's what makes it, above and beyond. $100 we'll have to talk about in the ratings. We'll see if we think that that's a fair price.
We'll see. I kind of already have an opinion, but well, I think I'm ready for a rating.
Yeah, I wanted to
Very
ask.
happy. Yes.
A lot of bottles like this, you got your fancy ribbons and your gold plating and your special box. For a special event, limited release, one time only. Do you think this is a gimmick or do you think it's the real deal?
I think it's the real deal. I really think that the reason why they put it in this box is to showcase how much it stands out from the regular toasted barrel. If they just release this as the bottle like this, it almost doesn't feel as special.
You might walk right by.
You might walk right by and be like, oh,
Toasted, I've had that.
I've had that. But you put it in a box in the beautiful Heaven Hill Royal Blue, it really sells this bourbon, and it really makes it feel that much more special when you're drinking it, because this is a very, very limited edition from Heaven Hill. And I think it showcases the bottle really, really well. I think this is a great idea what they did with this, and I think that this bourbon is definitely deserving of the package that it came in.
Yeah. Now, at $100,
Yes,
what would you rate it?
9.5 out of 10.
I'm almost ready to give it the 10. Because here's my thinking. Sometimes an Elijah Craig barrel proof, I feel like a normal, easy to get price is $80.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can find them lower. I think, for me, this isn't barrel proof, but I think it blows a lot of the barrel proof Elijah Craig's out of the water for my palate personally.
So good.
And so I think I think $100 is fair. I think I could give it the 10 at 100. I think it's really great. Any higher, like it's borderline. Like if you went like 105, I wouldn't give it the 10.
Yeah. Now, if you're new viewing this channel, thank you for sticking along this far. Be sure to subscribe, like, thumbs up, all that jazz. You'll learn that I am very critical with my whiskeys. It's very hard for a whiskey to earn that perfect 10, because I always look at this, there's got to be better out there. This is probably the best Elijah Craig I ever had, so if I was rating it just on Elijah Craig's, I would give this a 10. 9.5, I'd still deduct that half point because I do think it could get better. I don't know how it could get better, but I do think that they could go places. Maybe if they did a Parker's Heritage with this European oak, I think that would get a 10. But it is really, really good. At $100, I would buy this all day long. If I walked in a store and these come in cases of 3, some New Jersey stores, however, only got 2, only got 1. This is that limited that the distributors are actually breaking it up. But at $100, if there was no limits and I could buy a whole case, I would buy a whole case of this at $300 and be able to own 3 bottles of this, because it is really, really good.
Yeah, the other thing, as far as rarity, it's going to be harder to find, maybe. Actually, probably not. But the thing for me is, right, you compare this to Parker's Heritage. I think price-wise, I don't know if the Parkers have been that much better.
Yeah.
Like, are they twice as good, 3 times as good as this? I don't know.
I don't know
if I could put it there. So, like, if it's your wallet stopping you, this is a good alternative.
This is great.
Poor man's Parker's.
Hopefully, and unfortunately, distilleries don't seem to go this route. They never do. But hopefully that the rest of you bourbonites, whiskinites, whatever we want to call our viewers, hopefully enough people get to try this and respond and review this very, very well. And Heaven Hill will say, you know what, this is really good. Maybe we should make this a yearly release and release more of this.
Yeah.
I really hope that this isn't a one-time thing. Now being the official bourbon of Ryder Cup, maybe around the Ryder Cup every year they'll release bottles of this. That would be great. That would be cool. Hopefully this isn't just a one-time release, and hopefully we're able to find another bottle.
Yeah.
So, great job, Heaven Hill. Another golf thing. I'm glad we got the point amongst each other. Yes, I could say that this is very good 100 more times. So, with that being said, no, that doesn't work out. Thank you, Heaven Hill, for another excellent product. Thank you so much. You guys are really doing a great job, and I'm becoming more and more a fan of your distillery. I don't like that either. Thank you, Heaven Hill, for another great whiskey release. You guys are really going in the right direction. This is awesome. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And to all our viewers, thank you for sticking around this long to see our outro, which, say it with us. I'm Luke.
I'm Frank.
And be sure to stay in school.